Hello, fourth graders. Before I give you your assignment for this week, I would like to review with you dialogue. We touched base on this before everything turned upside down on us, and I would like to go over it with you again, just as a refresher. So, dialogue are the exact words that a character says when they are speaking. This is an example of what dialogue would look like and what it would not look like. Our first example up here is not dialogue. Mom told me to clean my room. Here, this is just a general statement. No one is actually saying anything in this sentence. The next example is an example of what dialogue would look like. Clean your room, said Mom. Can you notice the difference between these two sentences? All right, with dialogue, there are two things that we need to take note of. The first part of this sentence, clean your room, is the dialogue. That is specifically what is being said. The next part, said Mom, is what we call a tag. This lets us know who is doing the speaking. Another thing that you will notice about dialogue is that it has quotation marks. And it also has a comma. A comma separates the quotation from the words that tell you who is speaking. So our comma here separates our dialogue, clean your room, from said Mom, who is actually doing the speaking. Dialogue can be punctuated differently based on these things. Rather not a sentence is a statement, exclamation, or a question, or if the tag is at the beginning or at the end of the sentence. This is an example of what punctuating dialogue would look like with the tag at the end. Notice how all of these sentences have their ending punctuation or a comma before the last set of quotation marks. Please take note of this. This is something that I noticed a lot in our writing. Some of us like to flip-flop these, and that is not a correct way to write dialogue. So please take careful note of that. When we punctuate dialogue with the tag at the beginning, notice how there is a capital letter at the beginning of each one of the sets of dialogue. You will always capitalize the first word inside quotation marks. Please take note of that as well. All right, what are some things that all dialogue must have? Go ahead and take a second and think about that. All dialogue must have a comma or ending punctuation. All dialogue must have quotation marks. And all written dialogue will have a tag or the dialogue that is in quotation marks. For your assignment this week, fourth grade, I have attached this, or some of you may have picked it up in your packets at school. Here is a paragraph, and as you read this, you will notice that there is lots of missing punctuation, and our dialogue has not been written correctly. You will need to go through this and add in your correct punctuation and your quotation marks. Go ahead and make those corrections, and this assignment will be due on Friday this week. Thank you, fourth grade.